What's up YouTube, this is Albert Aldridge of albertaldridgefitness.com. Thank you very much for clicking on the video. It's an absolute pleasure having you, and if you're new to the channel, please go and hit that subscribe button because I do daily videos 7 days a week, 6 of them when I film my workouts and then talk about a fitness, nutrition, diet or some sort of lifestyle topic over the top to help advise you guys and just benefit your life. But then on the 7th day, on the Sunday, I always put up a good entertaining full day of eating because you guys seem to love watching me eat and do silly stuff. But anyway, with this workout today, I actually had to change it up a little bit because I'm just about to go to uni in the next half an hour. So I didn't have much time this morning. So what I did is I got up a little bit earlier, and I'll actually go into more detail about how I do this if I have little time and about working out in another video. But I had to do I did a slightly longer run this morning and then a slightly shorter workout in the gym. So I was in there for about 80 minutes. So a lot of people be like, oh, that's still so long, but that's quite short for me, and it was a short, intense shoulder workout. You'll see some footage over the top. I still managed to get some, and I did a little bit of triceps at the end. It wasn't so much focusing on the weight, and obviously progressive overload I was trying to complete, but you know, I was just trying to get a good intense workout in and get a good sweat on. That's my main goal if I have little time. But moving swiftly onto the topic of this video, how long does it take for somebody to get a six-pack? Now, there are lots of different things that people will say on the internet, but these are my main points. First one being is that somebody, as they're losing weight, look, it's really annoying. Sometimes when I start talking, I get spit droplets there, so I'm really sorry. But anyway, when somebody starts losing weight, everyone has a unique genetic makeup. So when somebody starts losing weight, they might start losing body fat from a different area compared to another person. So what I'm talking about is that you can't spot reduce fat around your body. You can't say I want to lose fat from my arms first and then my feet and then my neck. It just is not going to happen. You're going to lose fat everywhere, but you'll lose fat at a faster rate in different places. So for example, take one person, they might get very lean looking legs first, then their arms, but it's only towards the very end when their abdominal fat, which covers the ab area, starts reducing and they start seeing their abs. Whereas someone else, more like myself actually, is that I get very lean arms first, then my abs start coming in quite quickly, so I can probably be at a slightly higher body fat percentage but still see my abs. And actually, if you do want to see your abdominals at a slightly higher body fat percentage compared to another person, it is worth training them like any other muscle group. So I would recommend hitting them probably 3 times a week and then experiment with your ab exercises, focusing on progressive overload, but focus on the ab exercises that you feel the contraction and stretch the most. Because you'll get people on the internet say, do cable crunches, do seated crunches, do leg raises. You have to do them in order to get good abs. If you don't feel them personally, don't do them. I mean, over time, if you practice it, you might start feeling it, but you really want to try and go for the exercises that you start feeling the most. And the more you can develop your abdominal muscles, the more they'll have a bit more of a 3D effect, not like a weird looking effect. It will look slightly more developed and you'll be able to be at a high body fat percentage in order to see a good visible six-pack. Now with losing weight and in order to see six-pack abs, I'm afraid it does take time. So if, say for example, there's somebody who's 182 pounds and they'll see a good six-pack at 170 pounds. They don't know that, but let's just say that for example. If you compare somebody who lost 12 pounds over 12 weeks, so lost 1 pound a week, compared to someone who, say, drastically dropped their calories. The first person only systematically reduced their calories slowly over time, and then the second person, they drastically reduced their calories and then lost 12 pounds within 2 to 3 weeks. The person who slowly, well, let's take the person actually who drastically dropped their calories first. What is going to happen is in the first few days, yeah, they've just been in, say, maybe a bulk or a maintenance phase, so they will experience a lot of weight loss, and they will still retain strength, and they'll be like, oh, this is great, but they'll quickly hit a wall, and what will happen is they'll, at some point, they'll start losing strength rapidly, start feeling very lethargic, and they will lose a lot of muscle mass just because they're on so little calories. Their body thinks that they are being starved, and they'll resort to protein and muscle protein in order to create energy in the gym, and therefore that's what we call catabolic, and therefore muscle mass will being burnt. But obviously you can't lose loads of muscle, but you will lose muscle that way. Rather than somebody who takes a patient approach, oh yeah, and with that person they'll end up looking very, very skinny, and they'll have lost all the hard work they put in. But compare this to someone who lost the weight very, very slowly, and they reduce so they keep their calories fairly high as they reduce their weight. What's going to happen is that they'll experience weight loss a lot slower, but be a lot more manageable, and then when they've lost that weight, it'll be a lot easier to keep and maintain at that weight, because they would have been at higher calories, and therefore they won't feel like they need to binge at the end of their weight loss phase because they've been on so little calories. And what will happen actually is they won't look skinny, they'll still have great shape because they will have maintained as much muscle mass as possible. But in order to maintain the muscle mass, obviously you've got to keep training and try and maintain your strength in order to keep as much muscle mass as possible. And you will lose strength during a diet, that's inevitable, but just have the mindset that that's not going to happen. Then you can do your best in order to maintain as much muscle mass and size as you can. But with somebody who has more muscle mass, they are more likely to see more developed and well-developed abs compared to somebody who lost weight too quickly, and will probably end up just looking a little bit flat and not very good because they would have lost muscle mass as well. But in order to sustain a diet, and if you're somebody maybe who really does struggle, has a low BMR, and what that is to do with calories. If you'd like to know more about that, then just get my nutrition plan ebook to work out your calories in order to maintain your weight and achieve your weight loss goals. But if you're somebody who loses weight on very little calories anyway, because you're just an unfortunate body type, what I do recommend, this is where cardio is so important. Because just think about it, if you do, say, a 1 mile run every single day, that's another 700 calories burnt during the week. And 1 mile takes around 7 to 10 minutes to run for the average person. So just think about, if you're dieting, in the morning before the gym as a warm-up, do a 1 mile run every single day, and then even on your rest day as well. And then, or you don't have to do it on your rest day if you don't want to, just combine it during the other 6 days of the week. And then when you need to drop your calories again, increase that to 2 miles, and then eventually maybe 3 miles. But there will be a point where you can't do too much, obviously, and once your strength really starts to deteriorate because you're doing too much cardio, that's when you need to rejig your diet as well as the cardio you're doing, and just vary it up a little bit of low to moderate intensity cardio and high intensity cardio if you enjoy that. But it's just so you could eat more whilst you are losing weight. And I'll go over my diet strategy in order to lose weight and gain weight in other videos. But I just want to talk about that today. I hope you guys saw benefit from it. If you did, please leave a like on this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment in the section below because I will reply to you. I've said subscribe, said comment. Share this video to anyone who you think will find it helpful. And do one more thing, give it a like. That's the one. It's time to make the best version of you. Go and get my nutrition ebook because you will benefit from it, and it will help you with weight loss tips and diet tips. I'll see you tomorrow. Leave me a topic if you'd like me to talk about it. Capiche?